James chapter 2. Let's do verse 17. When you go home, read the entire chapter. Let's do verse 17. 1 to go. Even so, faith, if it has no works, is what? Dead. Being alone. This faith was once alive, now he has died. Because you see, faith is a living force, and it can die. Look at verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Let me ask you a question. Does demons believe? Demons have faith in God, though. They believe God is real, God exists. But does their believing it profit them anything? It doesn't. He said there are some who start arguing. God knows that I have faith in God, I believe in God. Many of you are saying it. He said even the devil believe in God to a point where they tremble, but it doesn't profit them anything. It's trying to show you that believing in God is useless if you don't have works of faith. I'm going to explain it. Look at verse 20. Verse 20. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? I'm coming to it. Jump to verse 26, the last verse of that chapter. Verse 26. Want to go? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. Listen. Watch. You keep your faith in God alive by working for God. Never forget. Write it down. One of the main ways you keep your faith in God alive is by working for God. If you stop working for God, your faith in God will die. Write this down. Spiritual idleness destroys faith. Spiritual idleness is destructive to faith. You cannot see a believer who is spiritually idle, whose faith is alive. Believers, the faith of believers who are spiritually idle dies. Listen to me. Your work for God keeps the faith of God in you alive. If you have nothing you are doing for God, there is no style you can use to keep the faith of God in you alive. The force in that faith will become neutralized. Spiritual idleness neutralizes the force of faith. This is why the devil is fighting to make sure that you are just sitting at ease in Zion, that you are a believer who is totally unengaged in the work of God, and then you'll be carrying dead faith and walking around trying to live a victorious Christian life on dead faith. Watch it. Show me one passive, unserious, lukewarm, uncommitted and undedicated believer whose faith is healing the sick, whose faith is casting out devils, whose faith is winning souls, whose faith is planting churches, whose faith is discipling people, whose faith is planting cells, whose faith is moving mountains for God, whose faith is moving mountains for people, whose faith is solving problems for God, whose faith is solving problems for people, whose faith is working. They all live natural life. Their faith dead. Nothing keeps the faith of God alive in you like working for God. If you understand what I'm telling you, you will go and bury every excuse you have for your spiritual idleness. Many of you are very physically active and spiritually paralyzed, spiritually idle, spiritually doing nothing. And you know the result? The faith inside you is dead. If your child has headache, your faith can't heal it. Your faith can't fly because the faith you are carrying in your spirit is dead because you are doing nothing for God. Let me tell you a mystery. Write this in capital letter on your phone. God will never give you anything you don't need him to operate. God will never give you anything, any grace, any gift, any talent, anything God gives you, you will still need God to operate it. That's why once you stop being crazy for Jesus, once your commitment to God is reduced, is attacked by the devil, everything God has given you in terms of faith, grace, anointing, gift will just stop working. Because whatever God gives you, you will still need to be very close to God to operate it.